Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see you. Welcome to what I think is going to be the most fulfilling expedition that we've had so far, because this is the opportunity that we're each going to be giving ourselves to recharge. And no better way to do that than taking a nap. So Kara, I am so excited to be a part of this expedition. My name is Kelly Bean. I am the founder and principal of Heron Strategy Partners, boutique learning, leadership and advisory firm based out of Charlottesville, Virginia. I've been involved with Fred for probably close to 8 years, maybe even longer than that, in roles that I had leading executive education and executive development at UCLA and at the Darden School and WashU, Olin, and Emory University at Goizueta Business School. Excited to see many of my colleagues from those institutions continuing to stay engaged and involved. And so when I was asked to help lead this expedition, I was so excited because I said, oh, this is great. We really can nap during the day. And I think, Kara, you're going to lead us through a great opportunity to challenge our own assumptions. And after you and I had spoken, I even was like, oh, wait, you mean I feel like I still have to apologize for wanting to take a nap? Or I think back of, my children who are now kind of grown, and how I just loved being able to kind of take those naps with them, even in the afternoon, and realize what something like napping really can bring us back to center and find us to be much more balanced. And so, Kara, welcome, and thank you for allowing us to challenge our perspectives and to also recognize that transformational leadership happens when we are at our best. And when we are at our best, that means we're also taking care of ourselves. And when we're taking care of ourselves, we're actually taking care of others. So I think this expedition fits really nicely into the theme around Fred. Before I introduce Kara more, I wanted to just let you all know a few things regarding our session today. It's going to be an experiential session. So if you don't yet have a little pillow, go and get one so that you have it, so that we can all engage. And if you have questions as they come along, we're going to actually save those towards the end of our session. So Kara is going to walk us through a little bit of some of the science behind napping, and we're going to get to experience it. And for some of you that I see on the screen, very excited. My friend Katie, you're triplets. You absolutely deserve a nap. And when they're not there, that's even better, right? So you can get your own naps in. And then Kara, after we finish the simulation and the experience, we'll come back together with some Q&A, and I will be monitoring the chat box. So if anything comes up for you, please feel free to put something in chat, and then we'll open it up for a discussion at the end. So let me tell you a little bit about our new friend, Kara Moore. She is the CEO and founder of ProNapper, and we like to refer to her as the nap ninja, and she unashamedly naps every day in private or equally happily in plain sight. And Kara, that is my goal, is to figure out a way to take a nap this weekend while I am at a football game in New Jersey. So I'm very excited about learning how to do this. One of the things that I think is so great about Kara is she really feels that napping is her superpower that makes her a positive powerhouse in business, for her family, and in life. She's a highly regarded leadership and life coach, has an ICF professional PCC credential, and has been graduated from Cambridge University, and has found that power napping has been kind of her go-to energy and recharge hack as she's moved through her professional life. And it's a really interesting story. So Kara, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you. But thank you in advance for normalizing how power naps in the workday can really bring us more balance, more energy, and lead us down the road of transformation.
Oh, Kelly, thank you so much for that introduction. And I'm really delighted to be here with you all today. I'm calling in from the UK, so it's the evening. And yes, I have had my nap today, which is why I can show up so bright and sparkly and engaged at 6:30 in the evening with you. And I think naps absolutely fit within the Fred ethos because, as Kelly said, it fits within the self-care that leaders need to show themselves. So naps are really nurturing, and we need to look after ourselves if we're going to lead others. It also completely fits within the ethical theme of this, because for sure, a rested mind will make thoughtful decisions, will make the right decisions. And I listened into an expedition earlier on wise compassion, and certainly we can be more compassionate when we're not tired. When we're tired and overwhelmed, we tend to go straight to fix it and do it and steamrollering people. So it really fits within that. And it also fits within the inclusive theme. And I'll go into that a little bit more later on. So fingers crossed, I'm going to share my screen now. And just bear with me while I go to full screen, and it's jumped straight into the middle of my PowerPoint. So we're going to stop that. I'm going to have one more try, and then I might have to hand over to Julie, but I am going to try one more time. I'm going to go to the first slide, and I'm going to go full screen. It's not working. So I think, Julie, I'm so sorry, we're going to need to go to you.
No problem. I will share my screen.
Definitely a little gremlin at work here today. So while Julie is doing that, I'll try and think about what my slides say. So our mission at ProNappers is to make napping an acceptable thing to do in the working day, an accessible thing to do in the working day. And if we can hop onto the second slide, Julie, when you've got a minute, and also something that is encouraged to do during the working day. So that is why we exist. And if I can have the next slide, because I'm going to be quite punchy with my, because I want to give you all the time for the nap. So basically, humans are not designed to be like computers. We can't just plug ourselves in and keep going. We actually work as humans by pulsing between periods of activity and rest during the day. And the way that we can power up in the day is actually by periodically powering down and not powering through. Additionally, humans are actually biphasic sleepers, which means that we have a predisposition, it's in our DNA, to have a second, much shorter sleep in the middle of the day. And there's all the science and research to back that up. So it is a natural thing to want to lean into that sleepiness in the early afternoon and have a quick nap. And an additional point is that we're talking a lot at the moment about human leadership. Well, humans are meant to rest, and within organizations, we've been paying a lot of attention to good nutrition for our employees and good physical exercise for our employees. And it's now time to, excuse the pun, open our eyes to the importance of sleep for our employees. In fact, all well-being is underpinned by sleep. So if I could have the next slide, please, Julie. Thank you. Okay, so there are so many scientifically proven benefits from having a nap in the middle of the day. And it's really crucial that it's only a 20-minute nap. So 20 minutes or even less can give you all these benefits that you can see on the screen. You will be more present, you will listen better, your meetings will be of a better quality, and you will make better decisions as your brain fog clears from having had a nap. Having a nap by reducing cortisol levels, it restores calmness, it restores perspective, and it renews your ability to cope. And two overlooked benefits of having a nap is one is that it gives you more energy or gas in the tank at the end of the day for when you're at home with your loved ones. And it stops that awful syndrome, which I call sofa sleep, which is when you're watching the television in the evening and you fall asleep and then you go up to bed and it's as if somebody's given you a fuel injection of energy and you can't sleep. So if you've had a nap in the day, you are far less likely to have that awful sofa sleep. So it has been proven that having a nap in the day actually sleeps better at night. We're just like children, and parents amongst you will know that overtired children are really difficult to settle at night. So having a nap in the day will help you sleep better at night. So if I could have the next slide, please, Julie. So the problem with education around sleep at the moment in organizations is that the education is all about good sleep hygiene and how to have a good night's sleep. And whilst that is commendable, it is only half the story, because despite the best sleep education and our best intentions, getting a good night's sleep for many is a dream. There are so many reasons that we don't sleep well at night. And on any given day, 8 out of 10 of us will not have slept the required 7 to 9 hours sleep the night before. So you can see from the screens, there are so many reasons why we get disturbed. And amongst you in the audience, you may have a snoring partner yourselves. You may have nighttime issues, perhaps menopausal issues and night sweats, or if you're younger, being a carer of a young child. We're also humans, and we like to binge watch on Netflix and enjoy a glass of wine or a curry in the evenings. All these things get in the way of us sleeping well. Plus, we are working across time zones now, and many of us put in early hours and late hours to get our work done. So all of these compromise our ability to get a good night's sleep. So next slide, please, Julie. Thank you. So this is a very quick analogy. I want you to think of having a nap as a bit like a sleep snack. So we all know how to eat well, we know what we're meant to be doing, but the reality of modern life means that we often cannot cook home-cooked food with 3 vegetables, and we have to reach for healthy snacks. Well, for many reasons, we don't sleep well at night, which I've just gone into. So think of a nap as a sleep snack in the day to top you up if you didn't sleep well the night before. And also, if you're like me, I am an early riser. I'm definitely a lark. And if I didn't have my nap or my sleep snack in the middle of the day, I wouldn't be able to get through. So can I have the next slide, please, Julie? Thank you. So as I've said, you just need 20 minutes or less for the perfect workday nap. And in the next slide, Julie, I'm going to explain how naps work. So if you can just flick through these, Julie. So basically, a nap takes you into the light stage, or the second stage of the sleep cycle. And it can, all the benefits that I've talked about so far are conferred in the light sleep stage of the sleep cycle. And in that stage, your brain clears up the sleep-inducing waste products that would otherwise inhibit brain activity. So we get a buildup of a product called adenosine, and that is what gives us that urge to feel sleepy. And when we have a nap, that chemical is dissipated so that we no longer our brain is restored. And interestingly, that is the same chemical interaction with caffeine, which is why caffeine can trick you into thinking you've had a nap, because the caffeine molecules are the same shape as the adenosine molecules. So actually they plug into the receptors in your brain rather than the adenosine, which tricks your brain into thinking that you're not as sleepy as you actually are. So hopefully you kept up with me on that. So if you could keep flicking through, Julie, thank you. Okay, so have you got fatigue denial? That is the reason that most of us just keep powering through. We ignore the physical signs, the cognitive signs, and the emotional signs that actually having a nap would be the very best thing that we can do. So if you have a look at some of those reasons, you may be able to identify with some of them. Right now, here today, as I think for most of you, it is the middle of the day. So without any further ado, I am going to declare that it is nap time. So if we could go to the next slide, please, Julie. And I'm bang on schedule. So I've got my Pro Nappers mask here, and I've got a cushion. So if you've got a cushion, you can just put it on your desk in front of you. I'm actually going to encourage you to turn your cameras off so that you don't feel inhibited at all. So you may want to go and just sit in a comfy chair if there is one near you. If you've got a warm blanket, then pull it up over your knees. And what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I am going to be playing a pre-recorded nap meditation, which takes 20 minutes, okay? And there's no danger that you will oversleep, because at the end of the meditation, there are some bells which will wake you up. And what I would ask you to do is, at the end of the meditation, is to come back and turn your cameras on. And if you've got a glass of water to hand, then have a glass of water. Okay, so enjoy your nap.
Power Nap Guided Meditation. A meditation to help you make the most from this peaceful interlude in your day. In this moment, give yourself permission to relax, to allow your conscious mind to rest, whilst knowing that your unconscious mind can still be working in the background, filtering thoughts and thinking through problems. Rest assured, this is a valuable use of your time. Quiet mind allows space for rich creativity and new ideas to flow. Taking time out to nap is not about being unproductive. It's about tapping into your potential. There's no need to worry that you might oversleep. You will be woken gently by bells, feeling rejuvenated and ready to take on the rest of your day. So, get yourself comfortable, ease into whatever you're sitting or laying on, finding your very own place of stillness. Allowing yourself to be as comfortable as possible will only help you reach a deeper level of relaxation as you drift off into your nap. If you haven't already, let your eyelids softly close, feeling the weight of them and noticing just how peaceful it feels to have them shut. I'd like to now invite you to notice any emotions you might be feeling. To help you slowly awaken, let's count down from 10 to 1. 10. You are feeling grateful for the time taken, allowing your body to relax and your mind to rest. 9. You are becoming more aware of your breath and its natural rhythm. 8. Your external awareness is growing. Notice any sounds in the room or further afield. 7. Take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with air. Slowly exhale. 6. Feel your oxygen working its magic to reawaken your mind and your body. 5. Slowly move your fingers and toes, noting any sensations that you might notice. 4. Gently stretch out your legs, feeling the aliveness as it spreads through each limb. 3. Slowly open your eyes, blinking a few times, readjusting them to the light. 2. Become more aware of your surroundings, any objects, sounds, or smells. 1. Take another deep breath, filling your lungs with air. Exhale slowly, noticing how you feel. What's your nap giving you in terms of your sense of well-being and productivity? Notice how you have benefited from your nap. You might find your mind calmer or a sense of certain pressures being released. Remember, you can return to this safe and peaceful space whenever you need to. You are in control. Enjoy the rest of your day, approaching it now with clarity, energy, and focus. Welcome to your Pro Nappers.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you've had a stretch. If you've got a glass of water, as I said, do have a sip. Okay, hopefully Julie has woken up and can advance the next slide for me. Okay, so as you all come round, I'm going to whiz through 7 reasons that we need to talk about napping right now. And at the end, I am going to certainly leave a few minutes so that you can share back with me your nap experience and ask me any questions. So Julie, we'll go through these quite quickly. So the first reason we need to talk about napping now is that the cost of sleep deprivation to organizations is 2 to 3% of GDP, and that's in the UK, that's in Japan, and that's in the United States, because tired employees are less engaged, less motivated, and less productive. And next, Julie. Bad decisions are deadly. So some of the big world disasters, Exxon, Chernobyl, are due to the fact of human fatigue. But on a smaller scale, if you are tired, then you're going to make more reckless and bad decisions. You're going to make mistakes, and you're not going to spot errors. And it'll also have a catastrophic effect on relationships as well, because if you're tired, you don't listen, and you're not tolerant, and other things that I've said so far. So next one, please, Julie. It's killing us not to, that's sort of human level. If you are cumulatively sleep deprived, the effects on our body are physical effects. There's a higher rate of blood pressure, heart attack, cancers. It affects our mental health. It leads to burnout and stress. So at a well-being level, we need to rest. And next, please, Julie. Experts are telling us you may have heard about Dr. Matthew Walker, who's written a very famous book called Why We Sleep. And he has said that organizations that allow their employees to nap, it is the biggest injection of physiological venture capital that any organization can make to its bottom line. And next, Julie. Employees want to nap. So we did a survey and 75% of over 500 participants in our survey said that they would like to nap in the working day. But many of them didn't feel it was acceptable to do so. And shockingly, 23% of our survey said that they had secretly napped at work in the toilet, the restroom. So I can tell you the restroom was not designed for napping. Your people want to nap. Next, please. 80% of us are underslept. That's what I said earlier. 8 out of 10 of us do not get the requisite 7 to 9 hours sleep that you need. Some of you may just have the odd night of bad sleep. Some of you may be habitual insomniacs. But whether you just need a nap now and again to top you up, or whether you need a nap every day, naps will help. And the next, please, Julie. So napping, as I've said, is a natural activity. Even if you have slept well the night before and had your 7 to 9 hours sleep, then we are biphasic sleepers. So it is a natural thing to have a second short sleep in the day. And next slide, please. So we see that introducing power naps into a company's well-being culture is part of an inclusive well-being provision. Okay, so this comes back to the inclusive aspect of the Fred theme for this year. Some people will want to go for a run. Some people may want to do some meditation. Some people may want flexi hours. But if somebody wants to nap in the day for their energy, then let them nap. Give people autonomy to do what they need to do their best work. And next, please, Julie. So our answer to this at ProNappers is an e-learning program called Nap School. And this is a screenshot from some of the pages from one of the modules. So Nap School is 3 15-minute modules. The first module is all about the importance of rest. The second module is all about the science of naps and the benefits that are conferred. And the third module is all about how to have a really good nap, how to nap well, and also how to start smashing the stigma within your organization. And Nap School is available for organizations to put on their internal learning management systems as a resource for employees. It can go within their mental health budget. It can go within their productivity budget. It could go within their menopause budget. Nap School should be available for everyone. And as a special offer to people who are listening in today, if you get in touch with me, my contact details will be at the end. I would be delighted to give you a free login to Nap School so that you can have a look for yourself. Okay, thanks, Julie. Next slide, please. So as a summary, napping is normal. Napping is nurturing. Rested minds make the right decisions. A 20-minute nap is all you need. In fact, I can just nap for 3 to 5 minutes. It's called a micro nap, and I can get the benefits. And a nap is certainly an investment of time, not a cost. And if you still are thinking, I don't have time to nap, I would just ask you to keep a tally during the day of how long you spend making cups of coffee and drinking them, because a nap is a much healthier way to recharge during the day than constant cups of coffee. So how can you smash the stigma? So you can introduce the e-learning Nap School into your organization, and we need to start having the courage, if you are a napper, to say, I nap, and not to be a closet napper anymore. Okay, next slide, please, Julie. I think we've probably wrapped up. Yes, so there is my email address, cara.moore@pronappers.co.uk. And if you get in touch with me, as I said, I'd be delighted to give you a free login so that you can have a look at Nap School for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to pass over to Kelly now, and we've definitely got 10 minutes. And I would love to take your questions via Kelly, or for you to share your experience of having a nap and maybe how you're feeling right now.
Thank you so much, Cara. That was great. And I feel like we need like a Fred t-shirt that says I nap. So Joe, we need to put that on the list. That was really helpful.
Okay, I got it.
You got it? Okay. I feel really refreshed, and my eyes don't feel as heavy as they did. I do feel like I wanted to go a little bit longer, which I think maybe would be normal. So to get kind of everything started in terms of questions, for those of you, please feel free to put some questions in the chat, or we can also, if you want to put your hand up or just kind of take yourself off mute, that would be great. But my first question, Cara, to you to kind of get the group started would be, if you want to do yoga and you want to nap and you want to do some kind of cardio and you want to go to lunch and you want to get coffee, how do you help organizations balance kind of the choices that are both available, and then if you have an individual that kind of wants to do all of it, how do you manage that inside the organization?
I hear you, Kelly. And what I would say, that even before you mentioned the word nap, you mentioned a whole list of things that an employee would want to do. So we're just adding one more thing into the mix, and employees need to choose what's going to be the best thing for them. I mean, we would say that you shouldn't have to use your lunch hour to have your nap. It should be something that you could do at a point during the working day. You don't even, once you become a sort of a professional napper like myself, you don't need all the props of the meditation and the eye mask and the cushions. I can just sit in a chair, close my eyes, do some breathing. I'll be asleep within seconds, and I've got the ability to wake up when I need to. So what I would say to you, Kelly, in summary, is organizations need to have a culture where they trust their employees to do what they need to do to be effective and productive and to do their best work. And if an employee needs to have a run in the day, and they need to have a nap, and they need to do meditation, but that means that they are more efficient, then let them do it.
Right. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. I was thinking of a leader that worked for me that, was not trusting. And that was a leadership challenge for me as the overall leader, to be able to talk about, particularly as COVID was happening, on you have to let people do what they need to do. And particularly even during this time, demonstrating and showing that trust is, I think, even more important. Let's open it up, Cara, to the group. There've been a couple of things that have come through chat in terms of great resources to complement what you've been talking about. What other questions do we have for Cara? What's on your mind? How was the experience for you? And I know several of you on here, so trust me, I won't be afraid to call on you.
Maybe I'll call on Eden and ask her, did you manage to drop off, Eden?
Sure. Hi, Cara. Hi, everyone. Prior to this session, I had a chat with Cara and confessed that I am not a napper, and that this would be a significant development objective for me. So, Cara, I did try it. I will say that I couldn't stay in nap mode for the full 20 minutes. But for the time that I did, which was roughly 10, I did awake with a very different lightness. And just my mind just felt a bit more clear. Given all the meetings that I've had today, it just felt very refreshing. So even though it wasn't the full 20 minutes, I still felt much better afterwards.
Yeah. You do get a chemical buildup, and when you have a nap, that buildup is dissipated. So that is why the brain fog clears.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm thrilled to hear that, Eden, and hopefully you will try it again.
I surely will.
And
Okay.
Heather has talked
David.
a little bit. Oh yeah, go ahead, David.
Oh, sorry, Kelly, just a quick question. One, that was fabulous, and thank you. And two, a question is, I had a wise professor once tell me that if you can't sleep, sit there and keep your eyes closed because you get like 80% of the benefit of sleep. To what extent is that true? And what advice do you have for us when we're sitting there at night staring at the ceiling, wondering what to do?
Well, in terms of a nap, I would say that you don't actually have to go to sleep to get the benefit of a nap. You just need to unplug and switch off, which is different from, say, meditating, because you're not even trying to concentrate on your breath or emptying your mind. You're just being present. And if you want to switch off and listen to some music, it doesn't really matter. It is the switching off that is key. In terms of what do you do at night when you can't go to sleep, you need to do something that distracts you from focusing on the fact that you can't sleep. Okay, so for some people that might be reading a book. For me, I actually tend to listen to a meditation if I wake up. But as I said, I tend not to wake up very much now, because since I've really embraced my daily naps, I sleep much better at night. Does that answer your question, David?
Yes, thank you very much, Kara. It's very interesting when you say to somebody, don't think of distracting thoughts, it's the don't think of pink elephants, automatically distracting thoughts come to mind. So I have work to do.
That's great. What other questions do we have for Kara? And other comments on how you felt?
I've been scared stiff by Matt Walker's TED Talks on the debilitating effects of not getting enough sleep. And so I wear a Fitbit not only to track my steps, but probably more vigilantly, I'm looking at my sleep patterns, and I've not tried napping. So one of the experiments I'm going to add to the Miro board is to see if that can improve my general quality of sleep, which is not yet to the level I'd like it to be. So thank you, Kara, for that.
That would be good, Julie. And the World Sleep Society produced a fabulous infographic. I don't know how I can share it with you all, but it was of the World Sleep Society top 10 tips for getting a good night's sleep. And their number 2 tip was to have a nap in the day. So what I would just say crucially about that is you do need to keep your naps to under 20 minutes. If you nap for more than 20 minutes, you'll wake up with that kind of grogginess and that sleep inertia, and it may start interfering with your nighttime sleep. And secondly, just think about the time of day that you sleep. So if you are, the typical time of day to nap is between 1 and 3 in the afternoon. If you are an early riser, or if you have had a particularly disturbed night's sleep, then nap earlier in the day. I mean, I just lean into when I'm feeling sleepy, and sometimes I'll have my nap at 9:30 in the morning. I don't nap again later in the day, but that's when I'm feeling sleepy. Or if I've going to be going out in the evening or working particularly late. Pre-COVID, it used to be called the disco nap, and you could have your nap at sort of 4 or 5 in the afternoon. I know my son, he's 25, he's working in the UK, but for an American organization, and he's often got late calls, and he naps every day.
That's great. Chaitali, you have a comment as well?
Yeah, I have a comment and a question, Kara, especially because you're a pro at this. My question is, let's say if you have important meetings in the day, would you typically nap an hour before the meeting? Or, I mean, of course, every person is different. Everybody has their own rhythm. What's helpful in this case? Let's say you have a strategic meeting in the afternoon where you need to be fully present. How long before the meeting would it be good for you to have taken your nap?
Okay, that's a great question. And I would say an hour before, so that you can wake up, stretch, have a glass of water, collect your thoughts, refresh your notes. And I think you will find that the quality of your meetings in the afternoon, if you have a nap, will be supercharged. I know I've had a conversation with Eden, and we've discussed how if you don't have a nap and if you just power through, then the quality of your thinking and your interactions and your meetings in the afternoon is definitely of a diminished quality. So yeah, I would say about an hour before.
Thank you.
Well, that is a fantastic question and a great way to end our session today. So Kara, thank you so much. And thank you for the opportunity to take advantage of the NAP school. So I'd really encourage each of you to reach out to Kara to find out a little bit more. And just thank you so much. And thanks all of you for putting yourselves out there. And I nap. So have a wonderful day. We'll see you all later. Thank you.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Kelly and Cara.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Julie, I haven't had a chance to look at the chat. I would love to look at the chat if you're able just to keep this meeting open a minute or two.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Okay.
I can keep it open. This is the
Thank you.
last session, so we're good.
Okay, thank you so much for toggling through the slides for me, and apologies for the whatever gremlin was at work this evening, because it had been working fine during the day.
No problem at all. It's always, it's Murphy's Law.
Mm,
I think somebody said that your laptop probably needed a nap.
something. Well, did you?
Cara, that was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks, Kelly. And Julie, Rob, Victoria, did you manage to switch off?
I did not nap, but I am a napper. So I am, don't worry about me. I will definitely I'm a napper and a runner. So I switch between the two.
Yeah, I'm definitely a napper, but Rob did not need to hear me snoring. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to sleep in any public places anytime soon. Hopefully that'll change one day. But I love this session. I think it's great to spread the word.
Thanks, Victoria. Thanks, Rob.
Well, thank you, Cara. I'll go ahead and email you separately. I'd love to check out NAP School and have a couple of clients that this might be interesting for them as well. So,
Oh, Kelly, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much.
all right. Thank you all from ESA. It's good to work with you all. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
I think if I'm clever, I think I can save the chat myself and then I can have a look at it later. I'm not quite sure where it's right.
Let's see. So let's see if I can send it to you.
Oh, so Rob, yeah, if you can save it and send it, that would be great.
Gosh, that's interesting.
Can you see it?
Joe said, new message. Yes, click to download. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Just put it to my desktop. That's interesting that I just spotted a comment there from Joe, which is her husband didn't believe her that she sleeps better on the day she has a nap. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much, all of
All right.
you. And look forward hopefully to seeing you maybe tomorrow in the wrap up for Fred Week.
Okay.
Yes, we'll
great.
definitely be there. Thank you so much. I thought it was great. And, you know, I agree napping is critical. So hopefully people will learn.
Okay, thanks very much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Carol.
Okay, Rob.
Okay.
So we are now done for the day. So for tomorrow is the big day. So we will kick off earlier tomorrow. So the kickoff is at
9:20.
9:20.
Well, I'm opening up the link at 9:20.
Yeah, so that is 8:20 for me, and that is about exactly when I get back from the school run. So if
Okay.
I'm a couple minutes late, don't panic.
That's all right. I
Uh,
mean, it's gonna be Kip, myself. We'll be here,
Yes,
so we can do that.
good. And yeah, other than that, I think that's about it. I don't know if we have any presentations tomorrow.
Paul says
don't-
hello.
Oh, tell Paul I say hi. The only thing we have is a presentation for Atlanta. I put that in the Google file. I think I just called it Fred 2022 ATL.
Did
Oh,
you,
We
have-
did receive it.
did you say guys send it to me?
It's in the Google file. I couldn't send it because it's too, it has all the photos in it. So it's too,
Google
It's
file.
too,
Hold on.
do you see it? I don't know if it's there now.
Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up and then download it. Fred Week. Okay, so 2022 ATL PowerPoint.
Yep, that's it.
Okay,
And then the other thing we have, the other presentation we have for tomorrow is Donna Hicks, which is just in her own file folder, Donna Hicks Friday.
I see that. Okay, and it's 3 things.
So I'm
I
trying
got the
to,
10 Temptations, Essential Elements, and Dignity Fred Week.
so the two of them are handouts. So for some reason,
I see that, yeah. Okay, so just the Dignity Fred Week.
so just the Dignity Fred Week, just the PowerPoint presentation is the
Gotcha.
thing that you should have. And the handouts I'll put in the chat.
Okay, all right, I got both now.
Great. So that is it for just we're going through just so that we don't have to run around at the last minute.
Right.
Overview, membership, yes, sitting with dignity, we have that. Sabine, pushing their borders, Neil deGrasse, they're not doing anything. Yes, okay, good. So yeah, those are the only 2 things we have, the Atlanta thing and the dignity thing for Donna Hicks.
Okay,
So-
perfect.
In the event we have more gremlins, at least both of us have it. Whoever can share can share.
Gotcha. All right. Good
All
to go.
right. See you guys tomorrow.
Tomorrow. All right. Bye.
Bye.